Bungane.
Wow. Ntate Mokoena.
Mthimkhulu.
Re la amohela ntate.
Thank you so
Re la
much.
amohela.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
So fatherhood, huh?
What a journey.
What a journey.
What a journey.
King Ru.
Baba, it's nice to see you, eh?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
I think I'm excited. We finally get to sit. Crazy enough, it's the first time we meet.
I know.
In this small world of ours, you know.
Yeah,
So
when people are saying, yeah, but you guys look alike, you know, like,
yeah.
yes.
So finally, I get to sit with my senior twin. But yeah, I think I'm always curious. You've built such a great career, built a phenomenal track record. You know, your history to your present still speaks for itself. So I think for me, it's more of an honor just to get to share some you know, some energies, some words with you. You know, a lot.
Some wisdom.
Some wisdom. That's what it is. I feel like people know so much about you from a career point of view. I would say so for myself as well. But there's stuff that people don't know.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
You know, our backgrounds.
Yeah, true.
Where it all began, or where it all comes from. And I've always been curious. You know,
And how did we become who we are today?
how did we become these people that are sitting here today?
Yeah, absolutely.
So where does it start with you? For young Ru, somewhere.
Yeah. You know, it's incredible, actually. You know, because obviously coming from a big family, you know, in Deep Kloof.
In DK?
You know, in DK.
Yeah.
You know, where I think at that time, you know, you got a lot of dreams. You know, you got a lot of aspirations, especially as a youngster growing up there. You know, but you don't realize that you're going to grow. You're going to have a career. You know, at some point, you're going to have your own
young ones.
Young ones, you know, but having to grow, you know, having both parents, you know, where we learn and we see, you know, we are aware of how are they looking after us, you know, how they guiding us, you know, especially in the areas where we could easily, you know,
lose it,
go astray.
Go astray.
Go astray, and making sure that, you know, we're on the straight and narrow.
Yeah.
You know, which I think for me, that's where it was really crucial, you know.
That's a blessing as well. I mean, to have both your parents raising you.
It is indeed.
Especially at the young ages. It's a blessing.
And we asked Tina Butaki, especially Lokshin, you know.
Our story of Africa, single parent households.
Yeah.
If you're lucky, you have both parents under one household. Yeah. Well, that's amazing. So big family as well.
Big family as well. You know, 6 boys. You know, and 4 girls. So
almost a soccer team.
No, that's where the competition started.
That's where the competition.
That's where I started my teamwork.
That's where
I've learned
competitive spirit.
Exactly, and that's where I've learned a lot as well. You know, as you grow up, you know, when you're competing for food, you're competing for places to live, to sleep. You know, which is amazing. I think we can say we're really fortunate to have that. You know,
it builds character. I share the same, I think. You know, there's a lot of similarities with what you say.
Yeah.
Same. Big family. Big family.
Yeah.
Growing up in a small town, in a farming community, KZN. Blessed to have both my parents. You know, even though my father wasn't at home every day. He was a traveling man, a businessman, a man of the world. But
saying that.
Yeah.
Because, to be honest, those days, our fathers were really
they were outside.
They were outside, yeah. But as well, providing.
Yes.
Yes. And wanted to be there. Obviously, I mean, with how they want to provide at that time.
They had to be out the house.
They had to be far, and not just for a day, but
for months. I mean, there were times, just thinking back.
Yeah.
We would see my dad probably 3 times a year, but we felt he was there every day. You knew he was there.
Yeah.
But he was there from a distance.
Yeah.
But the idea of, I think, in my journey, the idea of a father figure was clear. Even though he wasn't physically there every day, we knew he was there, which I think is also sometimes a blessing.
Yeah, true.
Because the other side is no father present, or no father even felt at all. So I mean, same, big family structure. In my household, 5 boys. My mother and my father had 5 boys. I'm one of the 5. And you can imagine fighting for your space in a 3-bedroom house. Your voice, your identity, to be seen, wanting to be seen. And your brothers also want to be seen and felt, and not just competing as the 5 young boys in the house, but competing with yourself.
Exactly.
To find yourself. Who are you amongst this tribe? But like you said now, I think it's made stronger characters out of us.
Yeah.
To grow up in that environment. Small town community. All about community. Farming community, which is all about community, Everything that's farmed is not for you alone, it's for everyone.
For everyone.
If we're farming cabbages and the neighbors got pumpkin, we know why we can trade somewhere down the line. So it was
over the fence.
Or over the
fence.
Pass the sugar over the fence, I'll pass you.
Yeah.
But I just think, to what you were saying now is that it's created who we are today, and possibly the fathers we are going to become, or we are becoming, or we are.
Yeah.
So that good and the bad of growing up the way we did. Fathers who had to get out there and do something so they could come back home with something.
Yeah.
I think as much as it's not the best case scenario, I think it makes you who you are.
True. I mean, we strive to be better.
Yes.
And that I think we've learned and we've seen from our dads, from our fathers.
Yes.
Even if they were not there all the time.
Yeah.
But you always looked up to them.
Yeah, of course.
You always look up to my dad and said, how does he do things?
Even though he wasn't perfect, you always...
Exactly.
He looked up,
Yeah, you see things that you yourself, you mirror to. I know that, yes, my dad he was in the transportation business.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's a big business.
At that time, it was big.
Because we all took public transport.
Yeah, but all the time, with the discipline, at home and the structure, of the family, always online.
Did he set that structure?
He set that structure. And I think those days, they're very, very strict. They rule with a stick.
Yeah, it's called an iron fist.
Iron fist. And to be honest, especially that it's a big family.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
You need structure.
You need a proper structure.
Yeah.
But again, what was important at that time? What was important? Because there's values. That
principles.
Yes. Yeah. And those things that we take for granted now.
Absolutely.
The kids for now.
Absolutely.
And those are the things that make makes you or defines you. You know, no, maybe at a later stage, because we might take it for granted now.
I'm young.
Why should I respect? You know, but once you start a career,
you feel it.
Yeah, once you start a career, that's when now
you need
have
all
to
that
apply
stuff.
all those values. But you said something that was very important, actually. You know, in terms of, you know, that's when you build your character.
That's when you build your character.
That's where you carve, because it doesn't start when you have a career, you blossom into that. No, it starts there.
It's a root level foundation. Interesting you say that, because I always say it's our responsibility to rewrite the story of fatherhood. Purely because we come from an experience of fatherhood, from being children to where we are. We've become fathers. You know, I'm still young in the fatherhood journey. You're seasoned.
I'm just on
the other side.
Other side, yeah.
But I think those experiences are informing my brand of father now. Those past experiences. So we talk about fathers who were not always there. I know how I'm rewriting that now. In my life personally, you know, I've got technology, cell phones. Just today alone, I've spoken to my kids probably 3 times.
Sure.
Because I'm rewriting that experience. So yes, I'm still the father like my father, traveling all the time. You know it. You've spent your career moving around. We now both away from home, sitting here. But there's a consciousness that it doesn't mean that it's all good. I'm aware of that space that's left that side at home.
That's true.
And it's that rewriting that I think for me is important and crucial. It's also forgiving that experience, forgiving the fact that my old man wasn't home all the time. You know, there were no cell phones, so he wasn't calling every time or sending a letter. It wasn't that, but forgiving that, you know, because some families probably are holding some dark spot or grudge because he wasn't there. But why wasn't he there? I think is an important question.
It is indeed.
He had to go get something, maybe mining or go work somewhere. Somewhere. And did he bring it back? If he went to go dig up that gold or that bread, did he bring something back? Yes? Okay, you can forgive that a bit. I can understand why. Did he support you emotionally? Possibly not. But he put the bread on the table. Tick. How were things in our country at the time? Was it an oppressive time to live in? Were they free? Could he move freely? Possibly not. I can forgive a bit more. So suddenly when you look at it, for me, definitely not raised by a perfect man, by a long shot. But I always look at the scenario that he was living or growing up under as a young man. Did he get all his education? Was it fair? Possibly not. Did he finish school? My dad didn't. He didn't. And then what did he do with his life, with all of that as his reality? Makes him amazing. Because he became who he was. He was successful in his journey of life as a man, as a businessman. What he built with Standard 4 education.
True.
My father
Absolutely.
went up to Standard 4.
Sure.
But when you look at who he became, it's hard to fault the journey. That's his experience. And what I said to my wife the other day, I said, you know, obviously my dad is gone now. It's been 4 years, I think now, or 4 or 5. But I said to my wife the other day, I said, I can't stop thinking about him as a child, as a young boy. Because you don't think about your father like that. He's your father. You knew him as a father.
As a father, for sure.
You can't picture him as a boy. Same with my mother sometimes. I'm like, I wonder where this young girl is. And the moment you think of fatherhood like that, you start seeing them as innocent children who had to go through a journey.
Yeah.
Like my father's father wasn't
True.
there. He was
Absolutely.
alive to the end, but he wasn't physically there, emotionally there, not even present with the family. And then you look at him and you look at his choices, you're like, actually, he's just a kid who went through that experience. I'm a kid who went through his experience as a father. My kids are experiencing me the same way. So it's a chain reaction. And
It is.
And I think I'm hell-bent on rewriting this story of fatherhood.
And the thing is that, we're doting fathers, as you said. We do the same thing. We're trying to provide. And at the same time, we're guiding and trying to raise the fathers, trying to raise responsible kids, because that's what we see as fathers now. When you look at them, you see them being. We want them to be successful.
You're seeing the future.
You see exactly. You're seeing the future and the bright future. But again, and I think for us, it's the strength and the wisdom.
And the wisdom.
That we can part with. Especially as present, because we all try. We all try to be. There's no perfect father, you say. Even us, we want to emulate. Want to even make it better. To be proper fathers, but it's still the sacrifices that we make. To build this future for these kids, and not realizing that obviously they've got their mind of its own.
So, Bra Lucas, would you say you had a good, decent upbringing? Just to sum everything that you've said now, because it sounds like it wasn't the worst.
Yeah, I mean, looking at where I am today.
Yeah.
Actually, and especially having such a career.
Yes.
Where we're trying to be the best. I believe they did a great job. Obviously depending on me if
the outcome,
the outcome, the results.
Yeah.
Of what do I want to be, because in the future, how do I want to run my family? Which I think for me it was most important.
Yeah.
Even if you didn't realize
at the time,
but didn't even have a clue what career you would have, but you still made an effort, and you get that career where, you have to balance it, there's kids, at the same time you're going to need to provide and the kind of work.
And here we are, because that's the lives we live. We have to have these careers that are not formal career paths. There's nothing formal about what we do. Monday is always different. Every Monday is not the same. Every Tuesday is not the same. Sometimes you're working on a Saturday, sometimes you're not. I think it makes fatherhood more challenging.
It does.
How do you manage, how do you go through that?
The thing is that it grows, if you look at it properly, because we're growing into these titles, but there's not really titles, but it's being present, it's just being there.
Being present.
And to be honest, and literally, and when I say literally, those kids, they're young. How they look at you, they look up to you.
They look up, literally.
Literally, they look up when they talk, or obviously what they see is that what they try. And surely it's the way that possibly they want to go. We've got different careers. Do you want your career to be the same as your dad? Because obviously, it's big shoes to fill.
Yes.
It's a lot of expectations.
Yes.
All the pressures.
It's public. It's public facing as well.
Yeah.
I think, look, I don't know how it's supposed to work, to be honest with you. But like you said, it's the effort that you put in. You know, if you don't put in the effort, nothing comes out.
Yeah.
There's nothing that you can say, hey, I've gone mining, this is what I got. If you don't go mining, you guaranteed nothing is coming out. So I always think of effort. You know, and love. Showing love.
Most important, yeah.
Blatantly.
Exactly.
Because I grew up feeling loved, but it wasn't blatant. You know, I remember a time where I said to my father, I love you. I've never seen a man look so awkward in my life. He didn't know what to do, what to touch, where to cry. In fact, all he said was, okay, sharp. And he walked away. I was like, okay. But I think it's love, man, you know, because there's many ways to express love.
True.
There's many ways to show it. Yeah. So, yes, presence is a big one.
Yeah.
Be present. You know, go to that soccer match, watch. Go to swimming, watch. Don't just sit in the car.
Even that. But even if you, I mean, our careers, you even travel away from home.
You travel away from home.
You leave your home.
Yeah.
You leave your siblings behind.
Yeah.
You know, you become responsible, but still you feel the love.
You feel the love.
Yeah, you're talking. It's different kinds. People, some of them, it's not verbal. You know, or some of them is just by example. By example,
because kids watch.
Kids watch.
So fatherhood now for me, the way I'm feeling, like I feel like I'm on stage.
Yeah.
With my kids, 7 years and 11 years.
We learn all the time.
I feel like I'm on stage. My wife always says, front row are these two watching you. Like in a basketball match, you know, you've got those front row seats.
Those front rows, yeah.
She always says to me, any small thing that I do or something that happens, she goes, don't forget who's in the front row. And when she says that, immediately I feel like I'm on stage, and she's right.
Yeah.
Because I am on stage.
Exactly.
Our fathers used to say a lot. We have to do a lot.
Yeah.
And almost say the least. Like you can preach 1,000,000 times a day to your kids, but if you're doing it, I think it looks different, or it sits different with them. So how I approach this now, you know, because I'm also trying to figure it out. I don't have answers, you know. I'm still at 11 years, being the oldest, so I'm going into teenagehood with my boys. I'm nervous because I'm like, if their teenage years are going to be anything like mine, then I should be nervous.
Exactly.
But I'm aware every time that the spotlight is on me.
It's on you, yeah.
And not just these spotlights, but spotlight.
Exactly.
So every small move, every show, how I communicate to their mother, there's times where I intentionally show a lot of affection if they're there in the space, just because I want them to see.
You want to see, yeah.
I knew there was love.
Love, yeah, but
there'd be a quick kiss here and there, or a young.
Yeah, you don't need to
but
see.
But it's never like
you don't
in the
see
movies,
a lot.
you know?
You don't see a lot.
So, with these guys and their boys, you know, I'm always aware of that. Like to the point where I'll overact the intimacy or the passion with their mother. Like the hug will be longer, or there'll be a bit more kisses. But I know they're watching. I can feel it. I'm like, okay, they saw that.
Yeah.
How I talk, how I say.
Exactly.
How I engage with my wife. Like even when I'm upset, how do I express that? It's not easy, but I'm just saying that I'm in a space where I want to show.
Yeah.
So that the example is set. It's like, there it is. Oh, that's how daddy moves? Oh, what is he having a business meeting? Is that how he talks?
He talks, yeah.
Oh, the guys who do the garden at home. How does daddy talk to them? Because that's how you talk to people, staff, service people. this is directly related to how I used to see my dad.
The dad, exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
he was a leader. He was a boss. He ran. You know,
and you could see.
you could see. I mean,
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
him, and even myself as an entrepreneur, as a leader, I know things I'm tweaking.
Yeah.
I definitely don't want to be a leader or a boss that, like my dad was a boss. His time was different. It was very dictator, speaking down, and it was kind of what it was. I'm doing the opposite intentionally.
Yeah.
You know, conflict resolution. How does that look? Do I scream at people?
Oh, yes.
Do I tower down with my authority to like right now, the whole day these guys fixing stuff in my house. I'm not there. I know all the tools. I bought the tools. I made the list. I sat with them. So my wife has to fill in now because I'm not there. But there's mistakes here and there. But I haven't screamed once. I want to, but I'm aware of it.
Yeah. It's difficult to balance that, isn't it? I mean, we talk about
Yeah, it's tough to balance.
present fathers, you know, and we want to be the best. We want to give our kids the best that they can be.
Yes.
You know, and ourselves as well. We still, yes, we don't know how. And sometimes I think we look at the skies.
Yeah.
You know,
Trying to look for answers.
Look for answers. You know, I mean, hoping for the divine intervention.
Divine intervention. Yeah.
Intervention.
Yeah.
But again, you know, you were talking about the intimacy part and with the mother, because that's very, very important as well.
Very
because
important.
we're raising kids that will be responsible. We're raising future fathers.
Future fathers.
Not even that, but as well, future leaders.
Yes.
Not just fathers, but because we are the leaders.
It's easy to be a father, but can you lead?
But can you lead?
Can you lead?
You know.
Yeah.
And which I think it's very, very crucial for teen. Abantu abamnyama.
Kakhulu.
You know, where there's so much influence
Kakhulu.
from outside.
Cool.
You know, but to keep saying, you know, because patience, especially with the kids today, you know, it's not even half of what
it's short. The span is
It's very short.
Technology, cell phones, so this much.
You know, they want everything now. You know, they want to be told. They want to be, you know, things.
Yeah.
Some of them, they rely on
Spoon-fed.
us. Yes, they rely on us. Look at what we do now. We're taking kids to school. We drive them to school. We fetch them.
Yeah. We used to walk.
Which for us, we used to walk. You know, and if you're late, then you get a little bit of that. But I think it's a great responsibility, and it's amazing that we're always striving to success, and we want to show them that success is not easy. You know, you have to work, you have to sacrifice a lot to be able to reach.
You have to sacrifice. Discipline and sacrifice. You spoke about that in our dinner last night.
Yes.
I took that.
You know?
Because you don't get to where you are because of luck.
Yeah.
Or what your father did. It's discipline.
Yes.
Because once you're out there on your own in the UK playing for Leeds, being a star out there, being one of the biggest players out there, so many temptations and elements around you.
True.
But the discipline.
And it's so painful.
And the intentional discipline, of course.
Yeah. I think it's who we are as fathers, because we just don't want to be just a father. You want to be the best.
You want to be the best at
it. It's like in a career.
Yeah.
You know,
you want to be the
as
best
an actor,
player.
you want to be the best player, but to be the best actor, you got to put more effort.
Yes.
You got to raise the bar.
Yeah.
You know, so at the same time, it's growth for them. It's growth for them.
Yeah. And just to close on this particular area, I think it's so important. You know, when you were playing football, you left by yourself.
Yeah.
You left everyone here. There was no option for them to come with you. it was the same for people in my industry back in the day. When you went to do Sarafina in China or Hong Kong, you left by yourself. It doesn't have to be that way. You know, as an actor, if I look at some of the Hollywood stars that I've worked with over the years, some of their contracts come with family structures.
True, absolutely.
Some of their contracts come with relocation budgets.
Yeah.
Because once I go to LA to shoot for 4 months, what is my relocation structure in my contract? I took that many years ago and I learned that. And in the past 10 to 12 years of my career, there's no contract that I sign that doesn't accommodate my family.
Your family, yeah.
You know, we're in the Western Cape now. I've been making shows here the past 3 years. 7 months at a go, staying away from home. In my contract is my family. Every second weekend, I either go home or they come down.
Yeah.
It's budgeted for because of the importance of holding together these structures, these families.
Exactly.
Because otherwise you can just run for 10, 20 years as a star father. You end up becoming a star in your own house.
That's true.
You are a public figure at home, which is a complete lie.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist. It's actually, it's counter-revolutionary. It's actually going against what you're trying to build.
Yeah, true.
So that's another thing. I think a lesson I'm learning and what that I'm trying to carry forward is just because your career is not formalized doesn't mean your family has to suffer. Put systems in place as a man, as a leader, as a father to keep your tribe feeling strong.
Yeah, for sure.
You can do so much from a distant phone, whatever, send gifts, send money, but keeping them here. Why do I say that? Because they get to witness you in your element. They watch you in your greatness. Like when my kids come to my sets, my shows, when I'm working, and they are comfortably sitting in the background watching daddy work.
Yeah, true.
And they call cut and I look over and I see them watching and how they feel. From a distance, I'm like, yes, that's it. I wish I could have seen my old man in his element. I wish he could have put me in the boardroom in the corner just to listen to him handle meetings.
True.
So for me, I think it's the show part, the show and tell. Come see me at work. Even for a day, come witness daddy do it. Come witness mommy do it.
And it's always great.
It's great.
It's amazing what it does.
For the mind.
For the mind.
For the mind.
You know, because I remember at some point, obviously having traveled a lot early on, having both my parents, and the one thing that I told myself, you know, it's just before even I have my own kids, said, I'm going to invite them.
Fly them over to come watch
Fly
you play.
them for the first time.
Did you do it?
I did it.
Oh.
I did it. I did that. For me, that was the most important thing. And it shows its appreciation. Do you know? And the honor.
And we're talking about Leeds.
We talk about
They came to see you at Leeds.
all the way.
My goodness.
For the first time they've been on the flight, for the first time they
First time on a flight?
to see me working, say, you know, I mean, I was lucky enough to call that a job.
It's a job. Yeah, of course it's a job.
You know,
it feels like fun, but it's a job.
Exactly. Away from home, you know, totally in a different environment.
Language,
you know, where,
culture, everything different.
You know, I think that as well, you know, they go back home feeling, you know, happy and enjoyed and knowing and peace to say, you know, we let him go.
We did good.
But now we see
what he does.
What he does, and now we are proud.
Wow.
And for us, that is what I'm trying.
With your own kids?
With my own kids, to say, fine, you know, well, you know me as this. Lucas Radebe.
Big name, big image.
Played, but come and have a look and see.
Yeah.
You know how
Daddy's a legend, but Daddy is still that boy, that young man. Yeah.
Then what made me a legend? You know, it's not just a field of play, but it's who you became.
That's what makes you legend.
You know?
I like that.
And all through those years, you know, that you've been working on it, not just because talent is talent.
Yes.
You can have talent, but if you don't work on that talent to be better.
Consistency.
That's exactly the word.
Here's mine. Practice makes permanent.
Yeah.
Not perfect.
Yeah. Class is permanent.
Class is permanent. But practice makes permanent because the more you do something, surely the better you become at it.
Yeah.
The more you go to gym, the fitter you feel and you become. The more you run, the better you run.
Stamina, yeah.
The more you love, the better you love.
Yeah.
So practice makes permanent. We gotta practice being better fathers.
Yeah.
You gotta practice being a better man. You don't just become a better man. You practice becoming a better man.
For sure.
It's not a weekend thing.
And it's not only
always on
for your kids.
So it's for everyone.
It's your neighbor's kids.
It's your neighbor's kids.
How they look at you when they see you. Are they bravos or are they saying, calling you?
Do you like people saying you're a role model? Do you enjoy being... Do people call you a role model? Do they say that?
They do.
Yes. How does that make you feel?
They do. I mean, to be honest, it makes me so proud. But sometimes I ask myself, what is it that's right that I did?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You
Got
go,
you.
Ekas, you get all the guys that were friends with your brothers, Ekas, to say...
Older than you?
To say, yeah, older than me. And when you come up and say, hey, Bra Lucas, I'm like, Bra.
Status doesn't mean...
It doesn't mean...
I'm older than you.
I'm older.
Better than
I
you.
still have to respect.
Yes, you're still a groot man.
You're still a groot man. but that led me to ask myself questions. But why?
But why, yeah.
You know? For me, it's the way you've carried yourself, the way you impacted, because you were not just a father, but you impact people, change mindsets.
Yes.
You know, and to be honest, we watch TV.
So we see you.
And we see you.
Yeah.
Yeah. We see Patsy is a great actor, but and those kids will be like, but you know, I am so and so.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
because I've seen it on that show.
It's because it showed and what they've seen. Because they can't want to be someone who is not like the best or being great. You know? But why would they want to be you?
So I don't think, that's why for me my conflict is that I don't think it's a role model.
Yeah.
I think we use that funny. I think the word is used, I think you are...
Loosely.
I think we use it loosely. I don't like to be anyone's role model. I think it's too much pressure, number one.
Yeah, true.
But I think what people mean is it's qualities that they are modeling. It's not, you're not a role model. It's a quality. Maybe you're an impact model.
True.
Maybe I'm impacted by how you played football and how you take care of yourself and how you still look good even after football. Maybe that's something I'm taking. It's a quality.
Yeah.
I'm impacted by that quality. But to sum it up as a role model is a bit intense, I think, because of course I make mistakes.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
You know, of course there's areas of my life where I wish I could have done some things better or do better so I can't be a role model because you got to take also the not so good with the good. But I can be an impactful person or have inspirational moments that you can draw from. And that's natural. You know, even your favorite soccer player has some bad qualities.
Bad qualities, yeah, for sure.
But you still like the soccer player.
Yeah.
You know, so I think the pressure to be perfect is something we should not embody. We should just embody that thing we spoke about of get better every day. Keep fine-tuning this thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Fine-tune and sleep better at night knowing that I think I'm a good man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I'm a decent...
And surely, you learn from everyone.
Yeah.
You'll never be the best. You know, I mean, there'll always be people that are better than you.
There's always someone better than you.
You know what I mean? And I think it's great because, you know, you always want to
keep getting
to
better.
keep getting better.
Yeah.
You know, and I think for me that's what, you know, it means.
Yeah.
You know, to be. I mean, people will say, yeah, but you're a great example.
You're a great example.
Do you know what I mean? But you could be better. You just said it, you know. And I've always tell my kids said, but especially my firstborn, I say, yeah, you know,
Your
I'm
twin.
great. My copy and paste.
Your copy and paste.
He'd be like, yeah, you know, this is my time. I said, yeah, but you know what you're setting for yourself.
Yes.
Yeah,
The standard you're setting for yourself.
The standard that you're setting for yourself. And to be honest, you say that because this is what you need. You have to be consistent.
Yeah.
You know? It's the quality. You have to be, and I always tell them, I said, you know what, you have to be better than me.
Yeah.
You know, you were saying something about role modeling.
Yeah.
I said, exactly what you're saying. You can't be a role model, but aspire
to be
better.
Yes.